Happy Foundation Day from the Institute Leadership Team. We are happy to be with you on this special day when we mark the founding of the Sisters of Mercy by Catherine Macaulay and her companions in Dublin on December 12, 1831. The joy of that day was echoed in our own celebrations this July as we marked our transition to one institute and continued to weave the threads of mercy in the vibrant colors of our international, intercultural community. As we joined the ribbons of our hopes together, we formed a circle of mercy that continues to send ripples of compassion to embrace the most vulnerable in our world. Today is also a day of remembering and celebrating the global presence of mercy in more than 40 countries around the world, realized in the lives of sisters, associates, companions, co-workers, and volunteers who have caught the flame of Catherine's passion for the poor, the sick, and the uneducated, and who bear that light as a lamp shining in the darkness. We celebrate today that the light of mercy has shone for 188 years and pray that its fire will continue to endure and will enliven our world for many years to come.
Foundation Day comes to us in the middle of the Advent season, a season in which there is emphasis on the faith, humility, and profound trust of Mary, who gave her radical yes to God's call. On December 12th, we also celebrate the feast of Our Lady of Guadalupe, patroness of the Americas. As a diverse international intercultural community, many of us have great devotion to the Mary of our many cultures. Along with La Virgen de Guadalupe, we honor Our Lady of Candelaria, and Our Lady of Copacabana, Our Lady of Lujan, and Our Lady of Suyapa. We look to Mary to strengthen us and inspire us, to advocate for women who have no voice, women who are trafficked, women who are victims of poverty and violence, women who suffer racism and discrimination, women who are homeless, women who are silenced in church and society, and vulnerable and marginalized women in all parts of our suffering world. May we join with Catherine and say, we can never say it is enough.
Sisters of Mercy, with our associates, companions, volunteers, and co-ministers, celebrate the founding of our congregation when Catherine Macaulay and her two companions professed vows as women religious. That founding act has resonated around the world many times and in many ways until this day. One of the ways in which it echoes today in the Institute of the Sisters of Mercy of the Americas is through the form that is taking shape in our developing Sisters' Life and Governance model. We desire it to be flexible and scalable so that in its evolution, it can serve us in 2021 and into the future. We are asking, how will it serve us as an international and intercultural community? Will it be nimble enough to conform to our needs in the Philippines as much as in New York? Will it support our life and mission in locales that vary in size, such as Portland, Peru, or Pennsylvania? If this is to be a moment of foundation, how will our model of Sisters' Life and Governance help our younger members in the next 30, 40, or 50 years when, I am sure, religious life itself will look different than it does today. That will be a true indication of the strength of our founding and transforming actions in 2019 and 2020.
The concluding words of our Chapter 2017 Recommitment document read, "We welcome all to join us in a revolution of tenderness." In Catherine MacAulay's spirit of union and charity, we voice the call of Jesus, that we all may be one. In these simple words, we capture the essence of this Graced Mercy Holy Day of Foundation. Tenderness, union and charity, may we all be one. These words, when lived and experienced with authenticity, are viable and vibrant signs of our commitment to transformation as individuals and as a Mercy community. Each of us yearns for a transformed heart, a new heart, an engaged heart with our suffering world, a heart full of mercy, compassion, and justice, especially toward those most in need. May our tender caring for one another witness to Catherine's heartfelt desire that our lives be ones of union and charity.
On this Foundation Day, we celebrate and remember the cornerstone upon which Mercy has been built. Our wholehearted sharing together in this life of mercy, and Mercy's steadfast response to the cry of our suffering world and Mother Earth. Today, we are animated and encouraged anew by the founding spirit and legacy of our Institute, which is so powerfully captured in the witness of Catherine's tender care of her sisters, through her letters and in her constant travel to, and her support and encouragement of, early foundations, where she shared in the joys and sorrows of the community. Less than a year after the founding of our order in Dublin, despite death and loss in the community at Baggot Street, the sisters were pivotal figures as the first responders to the city's cholera clinics, and had already begun educating more than 300 children previously deprived of access to schools. On this Foundation Day, may our legacy animate, sustain, and vision us as we gather to celebrate with one another and to forge vibrant communities, responding with our lives, always and anew, to the needs of the suffering world, witnessed to us by the walking nuns. No doubt, Catherine and the early sisters are rejoicing with us on this Foundation Day in the Institute of the Sisters of Mercy of the Americas. Let us remember with joy Catherine's words, "Hurray for foundations, they make the old young and the young merry."